Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. This is a game that I played so much of. This is the Wii version. I love the back of this box because it's got people playing it and like acting like they are the best characters in all of Dragon Ball. I probably look like an absolute loser playing this game. I originally borrowed this game from a friend and played it pretty much all the way through, and then asked for it for my birthday or Christmas and got it for my birthday or Christmas and played it again all the way through. It was... I'm a massive Dragon Ball Z fan. Massive Dragon Ball Z fan, massive Dragon Ball GT fan, massive Dragon Ball fan, but I haven't watched all of Super yet. Mainly because I don't want to pirate it, and I've always had trouble with Crunchyroll or the other like subscription service apps when it comes to playing and watching the content. It doesn't seem to like working on my devices properly. I just get like ad after ad after ad after ad after ad when I do the free version, and then if I want to do the paid version, I had trouble where it just wouldn't load. So I haven't actually seen Dragon Ball Super all the way through. I purchased some of the DVDs for it and will eventually get there, but until then, I'm sticking with what I've got, which is Dragon Ball Z, and I used to borrow Dragon Ball all the time from the library, and Dragon Ball GT I've watched plenty of. I used to watch it all the time, and I loved it. I remember there was the librarian at school used to watch it as well, and we would go into the library and have discussions with her about it. It was just one of those things in primary and early secondary that we loved. But this game I played so much of, and like, I didn't even realise that you can plug in a GameCube controller for this. Who knew? I always just thought you had to use the Wii controllers. Oh wow, okay. I might be going and trying this with a GameCube controller next. This was one of those games that, playing through the story, you got all this added content as well. You got Dragon Ball encounters, you got GT encounters, and it was just the what if stories. I love those as well. There's lots of fun. I love this one so much that when I was in the city once with one of my mates, they had Budokai Tenkaichi 3 as a pre-owned game just sitting there, and I purchased it. I was like, I'm just buying it. I'm just buying it. At this point, I'd already played Xenoverse, but I had to go back and get number 3, which is quite different in terms of, I think, layout and like online functionality compared to this one. But like all in all, it's very much the same game. I think that's the only problem that a lot of these older Dragon Ball games or Dragon Ball Z games had, was they're pretty much the same game. Like Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3, you're playing the same battles in the same ways with almost the same controls. There's not like too much that's different in a lot of them. Sure, they might work out how to develop in more characters and how to differentiate more of the attacks and things like that, but overall these fighting games are very similar, and that's where I think previously when I spoke about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the change in gameplay style, that is where I think the game really took advantage of the playstyle to bring a different game to the table, because all these other fighting games, they're all very similar, and it's just kind of gets stale. But back in the day, I did love this. I did love how these games played. Especially this one. This is the one that I spent the most time on out of all of them. So, what is it? 120 Dragon Ball Z heroes and villains. More playable characters than any other fighting game from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. And then in Tenkaichi 3 they added more characters, so, you know, that changed very quickly. with the complete adventure and a 60-hour enhanced story mode that covers the complete DBZ mythology. Destroy 16 expansive battlefields with crushing blows and devastating power attack combinations. It's like all these things, essentially they then just updated it when it came to the next game. New moves and transformations and vanishing attacks and tag battles. Yeah, I think the main draw with like this on the Wii U was essentially that you played as though you were the character as well. So, to do a Kamehameha, you had to press the buttons and you pull the nunchuck and the remote back and you'd push it forward, and that's how you would actually initiate the attack if you were playing with the motion controls. I mean, you could plug in the controller, obviously, which I was oblivious to, but, to do the, a spirit bomb, you had to raise the controllers up and then throw them down. So it was... Except in saying that, there was a delay between it, because you would do it and then the character would also then follow and do it. So you felt like you were playing and being the character, except that when you think about it, there's a little bit of delay behind it all. So it's a bit weird to think about in that aspect. But I love this game. I love the Dragon Ball fighting games. I even love some of the bad ones. Just, they're entertaining. They're entertaining. I was just watching some people play through sagas, and they're going on about how bad the game is, but it's fun playing cooperatively. And I just found it fun watching them and the commentary that they have over the game, and I was just going through different people playing it. And I think that's where, it's even the bad games can have some merit to them, have some fun. And I guess that's my philosophy on, like, at the moment, talking with friends, and we go and see movies, and it's like all the movie review, what did you think? Tell me all about it. And we analyze it. And at the end of the day, I just sit there and go, I don't want to say that a game is, terrible unless it is absolutely terrible and unplayable. And I've said it about some. I said about Fallout 76, and I said it about NT, Dissidia of Final Fantasy, whatever it is, Dissidia of Final Fantasy NT. I honestly believe those are terrible games, only because of what came previously. And it's hard for me to say that a game's terrible. Even a game, when I think about it, you've got this game and you've got number 3. They're the same game, so surely one should be lower rated than the other. Like, in terms of, hey, you've just copied and pasted that, it's not that great. Or, you've got other games where there's just a lot of, it's boring content, but you can still play through it and enjoy it. And same with movies. When movies come up and say, when movies are out and people saying that, it was the worst movie they ever saw, it's like, surely the movies, you sat through it. You could probably watch it again with other people. And if you could sit through and watch a movie, it's not necessarily a bad movie. Sure, there's a lot of flaws, but you managed to sit through it. I only think a movie's bad if you can't get through the whole movie and you can't sit there and watch the whole movie. That's when it's bad. And I think it's similar for games. If you cannot finish a game, if you cannot get from the start of the game to the end of the game, that's when it's bad. If you cannot finish it. Not can't finish it because you didn't have the time to finish it. Not can't finish it because you started playing something else. Or not can't finish it because you got rid of a console, whatever it is. If it's just sitting there on your shelf and you can't find the effort to go and put the game in or download the game again and play it because you're not going to have fun, that's when a game is bad. Not just, the repetitiveness. So even when you look at some of these Dragon Ball games and it's just the same fighting game, or there's bad mechanics in them, or there's bad control schemes, they're still good games. I think deep down when I think about it, the motion controls, as cool as it is, it's just really silly to play. But that's what makes it fun. And I think that's what I enjoyed about it, just letting everything go and pretending I am a Dragon Ball Z character, fighting and shooting these beams, as opposed to, when I play the latest one, you just go like this. Oh yeah, Spirit Bomb, oh, Kamehameha. Like, you just get into it and you enjoy it. You be stupid, you enjoy the bad things about the game, you enjoy the silly things, and it makes the game so much better. Anyway, that was kind of a random spiel for no reason, other than me saying that some of the controls and some of the way it works is a little bit stupid, but it's still enjoyable if you make it enjoyable. I loved Budokai Tenkaichi 2. I thought it was a great game. Probably don't think the same now that newer games have come out. As a fan of Dragon Ball Z, I want to collect as many of the games as I can, even if they are bad, or even if they're outdated, or don't function that well. That's my goal. Anyway, please hit that like button if you like the video, and consider subscribing to see more content coming your way. Right, have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you next time.